Hey y'all, it is Brittany from Hey y'all, it is Brittany from Be Finds Joy, where we are unapologetically living a joyous life boldly. And today I am doing a video that I have truly missed doing with y'all, and that is my budget with me's. I haven't done a budget with me in probably over a year on my YouTube channel, and that's because I haven't been budgeting. I mean, if we're just being honest, I haven't been doing what your girl needs to be doing when it comes to her finances. And that is the reason why we are starting it back up, because I am realizing that when I had my finances under control is when I was doing my weekly paycheck budget with me, my monthly budget with me, my coming on here and checking in on with myself on my budget. And so it's time to get back on track. I'm doing a challenge, the 12-week year. Well, it's not really a challenge, but it's pretty much a goal setting productivity system where you do 3 or 4 goals and you focus your attention on those 3 or 4 goals within 12 weeks. And the idea is you create urgency and focus to get the goals done instead of waiting for a full 12 months to do 3 or 4 goals. So one of my goals for the next 12 weeks is to get back into budgeting, as well as paying off $5,000 of our debt. We have some debt. Yes, and I need to share that with you. I don't need to, but again, when I was sharing my journey with you paying off debt, that is when I had my stuff together. And so we're doing it together. We are doing it together. Let this be a encouragement to you that no matter where you are, whether you started, stopped, you budgeting worked for you, didn't work for you, you can always start back on this process again. Budgeting, being in control of your money, reaching your financial goals. So it doesn't matter if you take some time off. The biggest thing is that you have the tools to pick it right back up. And thankfully, I have all of the tools that I can just pick it right back up and be good to go. But it's going to take some consistency to actually put it back into my routine like it was. There have been already a couple of things getting this video together with like my setup. I haven't done one of these setups in a while. My lighting, my softbox, I was putting it back together and the light broke on the floor. I didn't really like my setup, the way my angles were, and I was going to let it just like win. And I was about to be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm sick of it. It's not going the way I want it to go. But I'm like, no, this is your chance to reach the goal. And if you aren't doing what you set out to do, no matter whether your lighting's the way it needs to be, whether your setup's the way it needs to be, put out the video. And so I'm going to say that to you too. Stop making excuses. Stop thinking everything is happening to, defer you from getting started. Take these necessary steps and just do it. And that's, I think, my motto for these 12 weeks. Just do it. Get out of your own way, get out of your own head, and take the steps necessary to reach your goals. So I'm going to walk you through my process. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, like I said, and so I should probably get back to, sharing how I do my budgeting style. My budgeting style is very simple, very clear cut. I don't like things to be complex. It's very minimalistic. Pretty much whatever's going to take for me to reach the goal with the least amount of clutter and things, that is where I am. And so if that is you, definitely stick around. This is going to be a fun video, getting this back together. Make sure if you are on this journey of finding joy in all aspects of your life, whether it's finances, whether it's your faith, your family, your friendships, the freedoms to do the things that you want to, definitely subscribe to this channel. We are going to be doing some really cool things over these next, especially 12 weeks, to just kickstart us and get us ready for the new year. But the first thing is to plan. So you can't really reach your goals if you don't plan it out and plan things out. And so this is the first stage of me planning out how I'm going to reach my goal of paying off debt. I can't pay off debt and be consistent in budgeting every week if I don't create the plan. So that is what we are doing today. Are you excited? I'm excited. I can't wait to do it. Something that I'm also really excited about is another excuse I was using is like, I don't have a budget planner. I don't, I've had budget planners out the wazoo. I've created budget planners. I've sold them. I've had my own printables and all of that other stuff. And it's like, I can't start until I have it all together, or I need to buy another one. No, you don't. You don't need to buy another planner because you already have the tools ready to go for you. My graphic designer that I've been working with since about 2021, the OG planner, literally gave me all of the files for the creation of it. And I've had them for over a year, and I pretty much was intimidated and was like, I can't go in to InDesign and, do my updates and do my revamping. And, it's going to cost a good amount of money. I don't have any money right now to pay anyone to do it. So girl, figure it out. And again, I got out of my own way. I took the time to go in, and thankfully the structure was there, but I pretty much just redesigned a couple of things when it comes to this planner. But I'm taking it back to the beginning. I started sharing my budget with me's March of 2021. I think it was February, March of 2021. And this is pretty much the bones of what it looks like. So I'm really excited, y'all. I'm also learning that for my own budgeting system need to be very clear cut to the point. I can't have a lot in there because I get overwhelmed, and that might be you as well. So if you like this type of version, let me know. I'm thinking about maybe offering them as printables, just because I did again, going back to the beginning, going back to the roots for me to know, I know it works. So do what works. So quickly to go show you what my budget planner looks like. And let me move these a little bit out of the way. So the beginning of it has, and I'm using my happy planner, which this is also how I'm going to organize my life. So this is the monthly page, and I have this little tag just so I have to get one of those dashboards. But anyway, I love a 2-page calendar spread. I have my goals, my categories, any notes. And then I have a monthly budget. I kind of revamped my monthly budget. Before it looks like my paycheck budget, and I'm like, no, I need it to look different because there are two different types of budget. This has everything on it. So monthly budget, a paycheck budget. There's 5 sheets in there depending on the month. There's an expense tracker. I have 3 pages of expense trackers, which I don't think I'm going to need 3 pages, but I just did one of those. A sinking funds, which I don't even know if we'll have any. A weekly check-in, a debt overview, and then this is something that I really love. It's a money tracker, and so it's pretty much like a saving tracker, a debt payoff tracker, and so we'll do this together. Like I said, my goal is to pay off $5,000 within 12 weeks of debt, and so we're going to actually track that together and see how we do. But that's it. This is the bare bones, bare bones budget planner that when I tell you, I'm so proud of myself for just getting it together. And reading the book, the 12-week year, has really given me that push in the tush to do it and stop making excuses. So what we're going to do today is we're going to fill out my monthly budget, and then we're going to fill out my calendar spread, the monthly budget, and then do our first paycheck. So today is Friday as I'm recording this video, and so we got our first paycheck of the month. So let's get together and do this. Like before, I am not going to talk. I'm going to fill it all out, and then I'm going to come back just to save some time. And so that way you don't see me writing everything. So I'm gonna write it all out, and then all right. So I've gone in and filled out my monthly spread for the month of October, and all of the things that you see on the calendar right now, these are all my bills. And there's a lot of bills on here, which, oh gosh, I need to make a goal, remove a bill. That would be nice. Anyway, we'll think about this. So Bills have always been this gray color, and it's kind of hard to see, but I have highlighted each expense, and then these are my categories that I want to track throughout the month. So groceries, eating out, gas, personal, and miscellaneous. And then when I have those bills or expenses, I'll go in and track it on my calendar, so that way I can see a visual representation of what my budget is looking like for the month. And it'll help me to kind of think through, like, okay, I'm eating out a lot, bring it in because you're doing too much. So that is this part of the budget. Now what I do is go onto my monthly budget, and in the monthly budget, this is the section where I'm taking pretty much everything that's on the 2-page calendar spread, all of my bills, as well as my estimated variable expenses, which would be the groceries, eating out, gas, personal, and miscellaneous, and I put that in my tracker. I then have a section at the bottom that says the plan. So this is where I will, whatever money is remaining will go towards my financial goals, which is right now paying off debt. So I am a zero-based budgeter. So what that means is that every dollar, every cent has a place to go within our budget. And the goal is, by the time you get down to the bottom, this remaining number will be zero. So I've allocated every single cent in my budget to have a place to go. So I'm going to actually do this section with you just because I haven't done it in a while, and there's some new expenses that I thought I would share, but just to give you an overview of like what it actually looks like. And so let me put the month here. So this is October. What I have been doing since I started sharing my journey on YouTube and sharing my budget is that I actually don't share what our full income is. We leave our tithes and our mortgage off of YouTube. It's something that we just want to keep to ourselves, something private. It's personal to us. So the amount that we're starting with, that you'll see at the starting balance, this is actually what it is minus what we're putting to tithes and what we're putting to mortgage. Yes, and I am a stay-at-home mom, so I work part-time and I get work hourly, and I work part-time for an organization, and my husband does work full-time, just to give you some background of like where our finances, where our money is coming from in a way. So our income here is this is just my starting balance. Again, if you're doing a budget, you will put like your income, your spouse's income, or partner's income, anyone's income that is attributing to your household budget. That's what you'll put there. So for us, we're budgeting for this month that we'll start with, and this again is after we've already attributed the monies to our tithes and offering. So 5,100, that's not what it says, 5,881 cents. That, goodness, look at it, girl. $5,881.51 is what our starting balance is. And so I'm just going to bring it down here. The actual is like how much we actually brought in this month, and then we'll see what the difference is, and we'll do this at the end of the month. So here are our expenses, and woo, look at this. This is a lot. But it is what it is. I have everything on. I do my budget in a spreadsheet first, and then I transfer over to a paper. So I'm a hybrid budgeter. I like the Google Sheets and the spreadsheet to do all the numbers for me, because, you know, sometimes math just don't be mathing all the time. So expense would be like mortgage. Mortgage would be here, but again, I don't put that in here because I don't share it. So for us right now, these are our expenses as well as the costs. Now, something I also want to preface, like, listen, I'm sharing this and being transparent with y'all. Don't be coming to my comments being extra. Let me just say all that, okay? I'm just, a lot of times people see my car payment like, oh, that's a lot of money. It is. Not it is what it is. But just know that we are doing this budgeting to pay off our debt and even to reduce costs. There's a lot of things over the years that we've done differently to reduce costs, but I just felt like I need to say that. Like, don't come for your girl and be extra in my comments about what I have and what's on here. Now, some of this stuff, I might say it myself, but anyway. The first thing is, goodness gracious, we have 2 credit cards. That's a little bit different than if you've been around for a minute. So, we paid them off at one point and now we have them again. So, yeah, so credit card 1, and that minimum payment is, well, it's going to say credit card 2 because, oh wait, is it? We'll just do 1. Okay, so it's budgeted. It's $348, and this is going to go down every month. This minimum payment is going to go down every month as we like pay it down, if that makes sense. Okay. My Apple Music is $18.01, and that has to stay because we just love music. Both my sons love music. I'm always downloading songs for them to sing. Now this CapCut, that could be one that could probably go away. Do I really need it? Probably not. Probably not. All right, Disney Plus. This is another one that's like, do I really use it? The one time I use it like every couple of months for us to watch the movies. So maybe I have to like justify it. If I'm going to keep it, then I need to watch a movie or use it at least once a week. That's like the justification. And maybe that's what I do by the end of these 3 months. Like if I ain't using it in 3 months, then I don't need it. Okay, the next thing is Canva. Now I definitely have to keep this because that's where I do all of my like graphic design stuff. Everything goes on there. So we do have heating where we budget every month. We have oil heat, and so I pay every month for that. Because if I don't, it's just crazy expensive during the winter times. So for our phones, it's $234.49, which this sounds high to me. So it's 2 phones. I guess it's our 2 phones and our internet. So maybe it's not, but I don't know. I gotta look. And it's our Apple Watch is on there, which I don't know, but I feel like this is high. So I gotta double check on there. Expedia. I know, y'all, this is my like transparent moment with y'all. It's $260. This is our car payment. And this is where, if you haven't been around for a minute, you'll be like, oh, dag, that's a lot. Yes, $700. It is $700 that we put towards, we have a truck. My husband loves a truck, and we'll probably keep a truck till kingdom come. So, car wash. This is something my husband loves. We have a membership. He gets his car wash all the time, multiple times a week. Like, no one's car is that dirty, but that like brings him joy. And so, yes, we keep it on there. iCloud storage. I swear I have 50 million iCloud storages. I just don't understand. There's so many charges that come out. My student loans. Oh gosh, this can be thrown in the trash. I'm so sick of looking at this. So sick. Oh my gosh. I've been paying this thing off far too long. All right, student loans. Oh, this is another. Oh, wow. All right, so credit card. Number 3. This is $234. See them credit cards? Lord Jesus, help us out. So this one, Invisalign. Y'all, this is my last month of Invisalign. So this expense will then get actually rolled into our debt savings, which I'm really excited. That's a lot of money that I'll be able to go here. And it only took 12 months, which is exciting. My husband would probably be like, did you really need it? Yes, I did. And I'm okay with that. Netflix. Netflix. Again, this is another thing that I'm like, have I really been watching? Not much. Not much at all. But then once I get rid of it, then watch, I would want it. Car insurance. I do like Bridgerton, and that's always on there. Car insurance is, where is this at? Where am I at? Okay. 168.26. So our electric, that is this actually is going, actually it's, what did I say it was? I think this is, we'll just keep it this way. 205.85. Now some of this is what I'm budgeting based on like the month prior. So I believe this is actually going to be lower. I think it's 166 this month, but this is good to see like on average what it is. And so like that's what I usually put. Like what was it the month before, and I usually put it for this. We do have a Peloton. So we have a Peloton that we're like paying off. We're actually almost done paying it off. 50 plus, and then our membership, which you have to pay for, to like do all the classes and stuff. So that is 108.14. So that's the Peloton. Then I know what this is. So we have like a one-off Peacock because my husband likes a show that only comes on to Peacock. So we have that membership. Again, actually I have another iCloud storage. How much is that? It's $9.99. So don't judge me. $2.99 plus $9.99. $12.98. And I love these pens because they're erasable. I'm slightly OCD when it comes to like making errors and stuff, and if I see one mistake, I feel like I gotta erase the whole thing or like start all over. These pens are a lifesaver. I love it. It's the Friction 0.5 erasable pen. Oh, the best. Okay, so that was iCloud. So this is, okay, so actually this is credit card number 2, which I don't know why I just don't like put what it is. Like, what am I trying to be secret about? You want to pay off my credit card? Like, just do it. If someone's gonna like find me through my credit cards, just pay it off at this point. So this is credit card number 3, and that is $162. And then YouTube TV, which I love YouTube TV. That was the best change that we did maybe like 2 years ago. Let's go to YouTube TV. All right, I already did. And then Apple, I should have put all the apples together. Let me see. Yep, I'm gonna put all the apples together. So that way I don't have multiple different minds. 1801 plus, and I think this Apple $6.35. It's like an I don't know, like a like one of the apps or something. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I do know, but I can't think of it right now. So that's YouTube TV. That's Peloton. So this one's a new one. So HELOC, which that's gonna be a whole video talking about it. I'm actually happy that we did it. We did some home renovations, and so we got a loan for that. But it's just like all these numbers like added up so fast. Clearly I didn't tell you how much it was. It was $600 that we pay every month. Okay, so now the next thing I do is add up all of these numbers, and that gives me a total of, oh, I forgot to do remaining. See, I'll need to fix it. So that gives me a total of $4,631.84. So then I take the total from the top. So the 5,881.53 minus 4,631.84, and that gives me the remaining total of $1,249. And I still don't have enough room because I don't have, see, this is good to know. I'm gonna have to revamp this because I don't have room for my like groceries, eating out. Well, actually, it's only 2 for right now. So groceries and eating out. So there's going to be, right, I want to budget out specifically right now just my groceries, gas, and eating out. Personal miscellaneous, that'll come, but right now I don't really need to be spending a lot of money. So for right now, I'm going to do groceries and eating out. Y'all know what that will mean. That'll come to $800. So that's like $100 per month and $100 for, and I mean, sorry, $600. It's $100 per month for groceries and then $50 per month for eating out. So that's $600. Actually, I gotta change this. Excuse me. Typically it says total and remaining, but so for the next month I'll just have to fix it. And then for gas, it is going to be $400. All right, so now the total comes to, when I add up all of these, it comes to $5,631.84. So then I take the income balance minus all of the expenses. So it's 5,881.53 minus 5,631.84, and that gives me $249.69. So that's what's remaining. So then with the $249.61, how I am budgeting it is I'm going to put debt snowball. So this is an additional payment to my the one debt that I'm focusing on, which I'm going to be doing a whole debt snowball video with y'all. I'm going to be putting $150 to that, and then emergency fund, because I need to replenish that. I'm going to be putting $99.69. So that gives me a total of $249.69. So I take all of this minus the remainder of this, and that gives me 0. If that makes sense. Remember, because we had, once we subtracted 588, I'll actually do it with you. So 5,881.53 minus 5,631.84 gives you that. $249.69 minus 150 minus 99.69 gives you 0. So that's how I budgeted. Now, and most likely I'll have more of my starting balance. This is just the bare minimum. There's no overtime, I'm working extra hours, there's nothing additional. This is how much money is going to go into the account that we're budgeting. But again, there might be more money, and so if there's more money, then I can put more money to the debt snowball, more money to emergency funds, more money towards like our personal things that we want to do. Right now, we don't got a lot of personal, but that's okay because I've been doing a little bit too much personal. So the next thing that we're going to do is our paycheck budget. And this is just the paycheck for the first month of October, or first paycheck of October. All right, so I have gone in and added all of my numbers in for the first paycheck of October. So what I do, it's very similar to the monthly budget. I have my starting balance, so $2,507.68. Then I write in my fixed expenses. So fixed expenses are those expenses, those bills are gonna be reoccurring every month. Pretty much if you don't pay them, someone's going to be calling you, something's going to get shut off. That's how I defined fixed expenses, those reoccurring expenses. So T-Mobile, Expedia, our car payment, our credit card, and then I have a conference payment that I have as well. All of that equals $2,144.23. I take that from the $2,507.68 to give me a remaining balance of $363.45. Then I go over to my variable expenses. So for groceries, eating out, and gas for the week, as well as personal, that all adds up to $300. And I don't know if we're actually going to need as much for the gas. But I rather budget for it, and then if we don't use it, I have money to go towards the plan. So then that comes to taking 300 from 363.45. I have $63.45 remaining. $50 additional is going to go to, how I'm going to do it is I'm going to have like a separate account with my bank, so with my checking account. And every time I have any additional money that left over, I'm just going to put that into the account. And then at the end of the month, I'm just going to make an additional payment. I think it's going to be too much. I don't know. I say that and I'm like, no, Brittany, you should just put the money in every week like you originally said. So I have to determine, what do you guys think? Do you think I should just pay it, even if it's $50 every week, or however much it is? It might only be $20, it might only be $5. Or should I just put it into a separate account and then at the end of the month make one payment? What do you think? And then $13.45 is going to go to emergency fund. Something, no matter what, is going to go to one of these two things every month. So the total amount is $63.45 and then that subtracted from this gives me $0 remaining. So I don't have much left remaining. Well, actually, I don't have any because I'm a zero-based budgeter. But that is how I am envisioning this week going when it comes to the first paycheck of the month. And so what we'll do at the end of the week, probably before we start, so I'll do these on a weekly basis. I'll probably try to do them every Friday. So the beginning of these videos on Friday, we'll close out the budget from the last week, and then we'll start the next budget for the week that will be coming up. And then we'll also do our weekly check-in. So down here, our first week, we'll do our check-in to see how we did within our categories. And that's pretty much it. That's how I am budgeting out my zero-based budgeting system. This has worked for me in the past, so I'm excited to be able to come back to it. And it feels like home. I keep saying this budgeting method and budgeting plan and the pages, it just feels like home. And being able to do this with y'all is going to keep me accountable, but also I hope it encourages you that no matter when, just start, because sometimes we get in our own way and it causes us to miss out on opportunities. It causes us to, delay goals, delay progress because either fear or procrastination or laziness. And so we are ending that today. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you comment down below. How's your budgeting going? If you enjoyed this video, let me know. It feels good to be back doing these videos, even though, I have to get back into the swing of things, but I appreciate you watching. Have a good rest of your day. See ya. Bye-bye.